So, for anybody wondering if the Icon Motorsport is a direct fit for the 5th gen, can't speak for other models or years, but this is a 2015 2SS with the RS package. So, is it a direct fit? No, it is not. All right, I know it's been a while since the zl1 bumper swap, so I'm actually gonna be working on it today. Got to pull it back off, and I'll go over all the problems I've had with it and what I'm gonna do to fix them. So, like I said, I'm gonna probably move a couple cars around, pull it closer to the garage, pull it back off, and then go over a couple things that need to be done to get it to sit right. But move these two out of the way and I'll get to it. Alright, so got the bumper back off, and the only problems I was having with it not lining up flush up against the fenders was you do have to cut this bumper reinforcement bar, so I might have to trim a little bit more off just so that the bumper doesn't hit up against it, cause it to hold up. So yeah, I'll just take the cutoff wheel, cut off just a little bit more, it's not much, and then I'm actually gonna spray this black, so when you look through the grill, it's not just a white bar, it's all scratched up and everything. So I'll just hit that with some spray paint, or like I said, just spray that black. But like I said, you have to trim a little bit, so I think it's just this area right in here where I already cut a little bit. I'll trim that a little bit more and trim this a little bit more. Up here, I believe it's good. These tabs though, I think one of these tabs did break off, so what I'm thinking is drilling that out. I'll drill this out and just run actual bolt through it and help just secure it a little bit more. But that's all it is. So find out where these went. That might be a problem, but find out where those went and then I'll throw it all back together. Alright, so those two are supposed to be riveted in here, but look like they backed out. Alright, so just looked it up. It's a rivet nut tool, so order one of those, and then when I drill that other hole out, I'll probably put one of the rivet nuts there also, and so it'd be this one. But it's starting to rain, so I'm just going to place the bumper back on here and just hold it on by these two bolts here. Then I'll call it a day. I'll see how long it takes before it passes, but just a few sprinkles now. It's supposed to get pretty heavy, but it's looking pretty light over there. But yeah, that's the plan. I know a lot of reviews I've seen, people say these didn't hold, so you can obviously see that's just from the bumper sitting in the driveway on the car for about a month. All these seem pretty solid on there. You can tell that one, see that little bit of gap in there, it's not on there flush where these ones are. I think because these are at an angle, probably they didn't take their time to get it right. But yeah, so you have 3 of them on each side. I think this side, I think one side only uses 2, but I'll replace these 2. Then I'll drill this out, put one there, and help secure it a little bit more. Alright, so you can see it's starting to rain, so I'm not gonna be able to paint the insert today. I'm gonna go in and order those rivet nuts. So hopefully, it says they should be here by tomorrow. If not, Friday at the latest. So I'll go in, order those. I did get to trim the bumper reinforcement, and it's no longer hitting. Like I said, it was hitting pretty much right in here. So you just have to trim enough off on both sides. It's not a lot. Just trim a little bit on both sides. That allows the bumper to go back a little bit farther to close in that gap. Like I said, once it's bolted back on, it should close even farther. So yeah, so it should be like that, which I'm fine with. Like I said, it's a Chevy. You can't expect perfect panel gaps, but once it's bolted on, it'll look a little bit more uniformed and be a lot better. Right now I'm just holding the bumper on by those two bolts right there. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for today. Alright, so I'm just painted this bumper reinforcement bar. Hit it with a coat of primer, then a light coat of black spray paint, and then I did a medium to heavy coat. So just 2 coats. I was running kind of low, so just use what I had. But got full coverage. Like I said, just wanted to change the color. Didn't need it to be perfect, but came out pretty smooth. So my next step is I did get this rivet nut tool in, so have to double check how to use it. Pretty sure I can figure it out, but read the instructions, make sure I do it right. Just ordered that off Amazon. So I'm gonna come in and replace these 2 in here, and then I'm gonna drill this out. This should be one of these little alignment tabs, but it broke off in shipping. So I'm gonna drill this out, and I'm gonna put one of these rivet nuts in there also, just so it gives it another place to be bolted on, make it a little more secure. So that's the plan. This side I believe is good. Like I said, all these are actually in there pretty solid, so hopefully these stay. Like I said, those ones I put it on and they just worked their way out, just sitting in the driveway. So it's just something to be aware of. Like I said, I saw it in a couple reviews, so I just took my chances with it. But let me throw these rivets on there, and then I'll just work on getting the bumper back on. So alright, so the size I'm using are the M6. Just took the old bolt, smashed it up to whatever size it was, compared it to the old ones, and they were pretty similar in size, matched the thread pitch, so that's all that really mattered. But I already did one of them, so this stuff goes on real quick. So try to set the camera up so you can see it. So pretty much just get the new one on there, slide it in where you need it. That's it. Unscrew it. And it's in there. So I'm gonna go get a drill bit and drill this one out, and that's pretty much it. So you guys saw how easy it was. Hopefully these ones hold a lot better than the old ones, but that's why I'm adding that other tab in. If this tab wasn't broke off, I probably wouldn't even think about it, but since it did break, I have to do something with it, so I'm go get the drill and have at it. Yeah. Just want to make sure you grab the right size because it is plastic and you don't want to jack them up even more. There we have it, all three of them are in. This one, I gave it a little extra, I think I tightened it back up and gave it an extra pull just to set it in there a little more flush. So it feels like it's flush with everything else. Didn't want to stick it out too far because you're going to have the same problem when you put it up against the other fender. If it's sticking out, it's going to create that gap. So got 3 of those put on, feeling pretty secure. So what I'm gonna do next is just throw the bumper back on. As far as these go, like I said, I still have to get some push clips for all this stuff at the bottom, or else this would be flapping. But I can still throw the bumper back on and just wait until I get those push clips to call it good. But that bumper being black now, that should help out a lot. And then, like I said, trimming these areas. I just trimmed enough to get those. I think it was hitting right in here, so trimming enough so it doesn't hit, and call it good. But I'm gonna hurry up, throw this back on. It's starting to get hot out, so I believe this should be pretty dry. It doesn't take long, so that's dry. Don't have to worry about messing that up. Throw you guys back on the time lapse. Throw the front bumper on, and then once it's back on, I'll see if those corrections worked, and then just give you guys my overall thoughts of the 6th gen bumper, the 6th gen zl1 bumper on the 5th gens. So let me put this down, throw it on the time lapse, and I'll get back to it. So for anybody wondering if the Icon Motorsport is a direct fit for the 5th gen, can't speak for other models or years, but this is a 2015 2SS with the RS package. So is it a direct fit? No, it is not. You do have to do a little bit of cutting on the car. So the bumper reinforcement bar, you do have to cut that. What else? The gap between the top grille and the headlight, there's a gap there. So no, it's not a direct fit. I know you could do the 6th gen conversion lights, but I like the Bumblebee eye headlights, so I'm keeping these headlights. I don't mind this gap. As far as the body lines, like I said, it's a SS, so the hood lines are wider on the SS than on the V6s. So these the lines on the bumper, they do line up with the SS hood. With the V6, the hood lines are narrower, so they will not line up. I know Icon says it does not fit the RS package, I think because of the headlights. That gap in the headlights I pointed out. So I think that's really the only major thing when it comes to the front end between RS and a non-RS trim package. And for you guys out there, the RS is not a model, it's a trim package. So it's the lights, the headlights, that's part of the RS package. These wheels, these are the RS wheels. With the RS package, you also get the color matched trim. You get the rally gauges on the inside and the tail lights. If you look at them, they have this indentation right here. These are the RS tail lights. The regular taillights are just flat. So I know I had somebody comment on it and say, oh, if it's the RS or the RS is a V6. No, the RS is a trim package. It's not a model. So I had to put that out there. But let me get back to the bumper. I'm 50-50 on it. I like it when you take a step back from it. And I apologize in other videos. I should have grabbed one of my ND filters because it is very sunny out here. I like it when you take a step back from it. You kind of, I know what's wrong with the bumper, so that's where my eye goes to directly. But if you take a step back from it, it looks a lot better. Like I said, I know the paint's a little off. I think I just need to give the car a good wash and detail, and it should help out. But it's all the same paint code. It's just 7-year-old paint versus a month-old paint. But I think once I clean it up, because it is dirty right now, it should be good. But yeah, I can't say I love it. I can't say I hate it. I'm kind of split right in between the middle with the bumper. I know I still have to close this gap. I think there's some push pins right under the hood that probably just need to be put back on there with the right size. I think I used different ones, so that should close that gap in. I said I need to add another bolt here and here. I just ran out using the other one on the other side with adding that other rivet nut. So I was short one on this side, but it has another spot for one more. I think there's only two, like 1 and 2, and then 3 from the factory when there's a spot for another one on this one. So I do need to go back and go run to the store, grab one bolt for that. So I've just been rambling on a little bit, but for the most part, I'm gonna run with it for a while. Like I said, I could always repair the stock bumper, throw it back on if I get tired of this look. I'm gonna replace I'm gonna throw the stock spoiler back on for now. I'd like to find an SS badge that fits in here, so I have to look into that. Also, might have to look into the license plate mount that goes through the grill. So I think it screws into where a tow hook would be. So screw in right in there. I might do that. But yeah, so I said, I know some people love it, some people hate it. I've got the comment a few times of just, if you wanted the 6th gen, just go buy a 6th gen. I like the 5th gen. It's paid for, so you know, I could do whatever I want to it. It's my car. But just wanted to give it a different look for now. I think with some black wheels eventually it'll look a little bit better. But I think if I throw the spoiler back on, the white one, I think I won't be too worried about the black wheels. But she looks good. So yeah, just some things to keep in mind if you are thinking about ordering one and doing the swap. Like I said, I'm not sure about other years, but 2015 2SS with the RS package, you do have to cut the front bumper reinforcement bar. You will have the gap in between the headlight and the top grille. You do have to cut the hood latch release out, so just notch it a little bit. And other than that, just be aware of the rivet nuts. Mine backed out, just sitting in the driveway, so I'll replace those. There's just some stuff to keep an eye out for. As far as all the body lines, they do line up. Besides the gap here, just because, like I said, those clips I have in here aren't the right ones, but once I put them on there, it will pull the bumper back up a little bit. What else? Yeah, but that's about it. Like I said, it's gonna be on there. I've seen a few of them just passing by, and they look good. Like I said, I think it's just for me putting it on myself and knowing what I had to do to get it to fit. I think that's the only reason I'm not 100% sold on it. But like I said, I do like the look of it. I like the look of the stock bumper also, but it had the dent in there, or the hole. So for now, the stock bumper is going to go just hang up on the wall in the garage. I'm going to rock this look for a little while until I get tired of it. I thought about doing the 5th gen zl1 bumper on it, but I don't know. I think this is just, if you're looking for a different look, I say go for it. Just keep those things in mind. Yeah, like I said, she's dirty, so probably get it home and just spray it down.